Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name and Hearthstone is the game, and this is my latest deck experiment where I experiment with a new deck idea, something interesting, something fun, something cool, something unique. This time around, I'm gonna try to make Quest Warlock work in a really interesting or different way, which is via using Deathwing as its only actual activator. So no discard cards other than Deathwing, so Quest Warlock in a really control, almost handlock style shell. So let's go ahead and jump into this deck creation process as it was recorded live on my Twitch stream. A Warlock that is trying to achieve something very specific, namely related to this card. That's right. Lakkari Sacrifice. As you probably know, if you've played Hearthstone at all in the last month, this thing has just not taken off at all. It's been pretty much what I would consider an abject failure. Just totally not good. Just too slow when you try to build it in like a zoo environment. The rewards just aren't there. So basically, anytime you build your deck around Lakkari Sacrifice, discards are just too inconsistent. It's not predictable enough. It's really hard to make it work from a skill standpoint. So you end up compromising the integrity of your deck just trying to make this card work, which I think is really unfortunate because, of course, some people get this card in a pack. It's their only legendary for the expansion, and they're stuck with a card that sucks. And I was wondering if there might be some alternative ways to perhaps make this thing halfway decent if you sort of nest it in a different deck environment. And specifically, as you can probably guess from the title here, I think how that works is Deathwing, right? So instead of running a bunch of low-cost discard cards, why not just run one card that's sort of your last out? So Deathwing, of course, typically is like, this is my Hail Mary pass. This is my last chance. I have no other way to win the game. What I'm going to do is simply play Deathwing and hope it sticks to the board and hope I can somehow stabilize from that point by killing all my opponent's stuff. And normally when you do that, it's like an all-in play. There's just no other outs. But if you actually have the quest activated when you play Deathwing, there's a really good chance in a control deck that has a lot of cards in hand that it will instantly activate Lakkari Sacrifice, adding it back to your hand, which means on the following turn after Deathwing, where you're normally just top decking a single card, in this instance, with Lakkari Sacrifice and Deathwing, you now have a spell that you can play for 5 mana, and you get a card that you draw, and you can even life tap if you need to as well, because, of course, you're a Warlock. So it's not as much of an all-in play. You're still getting something in return, and in fact, you're getting a lot in return, because in a control deck, Lakkari Sacrifice, over the long term, can add tons of value. So that's pretty insane. We missed your intro, says some YouTube folks. Well, I don't typically do the intro on Twitch, guys. It's a little awkward trying to get everybody in here in time. So forgive me for missing the intro. I promise that when I re-upload this experiment to YouTube in the future, that it will definitely have the intro. So I think only specifically videos, not live streams, are going to get the intro at this point. Is this deck just handlocked with 2 worst cards? Not hating, just loved Astral Ramp Druid back in the day. I'm not sure yet. I don't really know. It's an experiment, right? So we kind of learn along the way. I'm not 100% certain what it's going to look like. That's half the fun for me. So I haven't really thought about it a ton yet. We'll be doing it on the fly as always and see if we can figure it out. I opened 30 packs at the start of Ungrow, and I got 1 legendary. Why does Blizzard give you all the luck? I don't know, man. I always think it's going to end. I always think the luck is going to turn against me someday, and I'm going to have this really long dry spell. But so far, it hasn't happened yet. I wish I could take my luck and give it to you guys. In fact, maybe I should. So everybody watching, which is 43 people on Twitch and 57 people on YouTube, which hilariously enough makes for a big even 100 people. Everybody out there, your packs have hereby been blessed. Go out there, open some legendaries. RNGesus is on your side today. Good luck. You're gonna have some good luck in your future. And since I just blessed 100 people simultaneously, I guess that probably means I am gonna have like 0 luck, right? It's gonna flip against me. Lon Morrison says, would love to see somebody make this quest work. Yeah, me too, dude. It's sad when cards are released and they're not playable, particularly legendaries, I think. Because most cards in Aggro actually have been playable thus far. And that's why I've been making my videos, like 5 ways to fix Lakkari Sacrifice, right? You guys might have seen that on YouTube. Essentially, I think it's really unfortunate when some free-to-play players out there, people who just don't have a lot of money or resources to get a lot of cards, get a card like Lakkari Sacrifice in their packs, and they're super excited to use it, and there's nothing they can do with it. That's really unfortunate because it means they just don't have the opportunities to make much out of their dust. It's just like they got the bad roll that day, and nothing they can do about it. So people asking if they can friend request me. Unfortunately, I'm at the cap for friends right now, guys, so I'm not against taking friend requests. I just simply can't at this time because the list is full. So until some people drop off or I clean up the list, it's just not going to be possible. A couple new follows on Twitch. The Imux, Gatto, Fail, and Fake PTSG, guys. Thanks for the follows. Much appreciated, as always. Let's check in with YouTube real fast just before we get back into this. Finally, YouTube noticed me a good live stream, says Fear Changes. Aw, thanks, man. Definitely, good luck. Let's have fun. If you're watching the stream, you just got blessed. What's your best legend rank, Regis? I think about 240, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact number. Last season, I got 258. Not finalized, but at some point, I dropped after that. Regis, can you do a whole control deck with 0 discard cards and only Deathwing, and you are mulliganing Lakkari Sacrifice away? It's pretty much exactly what's about to happen, Constant God, so... yeah, for sure. That's the idea here, so you nailed it right on the head. Mighty Rise says, woohoo, just in time for Fact Blessing. I don't have to go to church anymore. Angry Dude says, you have blessed my 1 TGT pack. It's hilarious. Why do you still have a TGT pack? I love it. I was just watching on YouTube and checked Twitch and saw you out here, so here I am. That's great. I love you guys are watching me in 2 different spots. That's incredible. That's hilarious. Whoever that was that said, can you bless my run to hit Legend or whatever, sure thing, man. Good luck on Legend if you've been blessed. So let's jump back into this, guys. If I only ever chat, we're never going to get anything done. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip a little bit of chat today just because there's so many people chatting. Forgive me, we're going to have to focus a little bit more on the game than we typically might because there's 73 people on YouTube Live and 50 people on Twitch. This is mind-blowing. Thank you guys, as always, for all the support. It's just nuts to me. So... like I said, this is not a discard deck, remember? It's not a discard deck. We're not going to do Malkazar Simp. We're not going to do Silverware Golem. That's not the design of the deck here. The whole design of the deck. No Fist of Jaraxxus. None of that stuff. We're going to do only Deathwing. This is our only discard card. This is the only mechanism we're going to have to activate Lakkari Sacrifice, right? This is a control Warlock, okay? We're not doing standard stuff. We're going to try to make this work in a different way because that's the whole point. Because as we've seen, it just simply doesn't work the way we understand it right now. So how do we build this deck out beyond that, right? I think it needs to be a control Warlock, but I don't think it needs to be a board-based control Warlock. In other words, I think it needs more removal spells than it does minions, because, you know, Deathwing is eventually going to sacrifice our minions in a lot of ways anyway. So why focus on having a ton of minions if you're just going to lose them anyway? So, you know, why not instead just throw in tons of removal spells, as I've already started to do? Maybe even like a Fellfire Potion. Of course, the problem is our life total is always going to be at risk as Warlock if we don't have enough early game. So we got to be a little bit careful, of course. We need probably some big taunts, sort of like a handlock style deck, just to help us stabilize early. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. We could try to go for a Reno deck. I think that's sort of intriguing. Even in, you know, a non-Reno standard format meta, you can still do Kazakus stuff. I think that'd be pretty nifty, because like 2 Twisting Nethers, for instance, is really, really slow. And that could be problematic. Maybe instead we go for double Shadow Flame, because it's a little bit cheaper than Twisting Nether. And if we do run some of the sort of can't attack minions here, as I try to search for those. Things like Ancient Watcher, Humongous Razor Leaf, and then we also run the Sun Fury Protectors, typical hand block stuff. And Defenders of Argus, you know, sort of the handlock package here, I guess, with Ancient Watcher, the new awesome Humongous Razor Leaf. We may not even need Ancient Watchers, honestly. Like, this might be overkill, but they're so cheap with Shadow Flame that I actually kind of really like that. So, plus, you know, they're minions that you don't necessarily hate to get rid of with Deathwing, right? And Deathwing is really good with Sun Fury and Defender, too, if you, like, top deck those after playing Deathwing, because then you've got a really big, nasty 12-12 taunt that can help protect you as well. Chow, you're fat and very disappointed salad, guys. Thanks for the follows on Twitch. Much love. Jacob Harding on YouTube asks, will any quests actually get changed by Blizzard? I really doubt it. I don't think so. They don't typically buff cards. They might nerf some, but I don't think any are strong enough to nerf. Alex King just got here. Why aren't you streaming on Twitch? Just curious. I am streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on both simultaneously. I'm blowing minds today. It's craziness, right? It's absolutely insane, and it's going really well so far. Tons of people are watching on YouTube. I can't believe it, guys. I should have done this before. 90 people watching on YouTube right now. You guys are crazy. Absolutely insane. Thanks for swinging by. I love it. And, of course, since you're watching on YouTube, that does, in fact, mean, I know for a fact, you're subscribers and you've been supporting me for a long time. So thanks for all that love as well. Okay. Ooh, Tarlurker's a great card. Just a giant taunt itself, right? This is the razor leaf in a bottle, basically. Tarlurker does that all on its own. Just kind of going through here and seeing what cards I'd like to have, guys, and then we can sort of dial back later on to remove cards we may want or may not want. You know, something like Mistress of Mixtures is actually a pretty intriguing addition because it's both a heal but also an early game body to help us stay alive. I mean, we're going to have some early game board anyway, but I like this. Curator's an interesting suggestion. I wonder if there is a beast or murloc we could advantage ourselves with to make it better. I'm not sure there's any murlocs. Oh, we definitely want doomsayers in this deck. We definitely want doomsayers in this deck. And in fact, like, I kind of like that line best of all. You know, the no minion presence line, because Deathwing's going to be sacrificing our dudes anyway. Dirty Rat would be great for combos, but we can't really combo it with anything other than Twisting Nether or some other sort of removal. You know, thinking about the Tarlurkers again, like, yes, it's a giant taunt minion, but it's really bad with Shadow Flame, because you only have one attack on your own turn. So Shadow Flame just dies with this card. I mean, I think Shadow Flame is important, but only if I have enough minions to truly utilize it. Maybe we just drop Shadow Flame. Maybe we instead go for a second Twisting Nether. Not even sure we need a second Twisting Nether since we have Deathwing as sort of its own second Twisting Nether and so much other removal. That way I can keep the double Mistress. So I did want the other Doomsayer still. The only problem is, like, developing Ancient Launcher and then developing Doomsayer feels pretty bad, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen a handlock deck lately enough, you know, sort of the new handlock with Unguro, to really say what they use. I don't know what they actively run. So I'm a little bit of a knowledge gap on that list, and I'm not sure I'm doing it right necessarily, but it doesn't have to be exactly like Warlock either, so I'm not extremely concerned that I nail it or anything. I wonder. But we're at 29 cards. Is there just like a big legendary we want to run that would fit our deck really nicely? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Alarmobot, because you get Deathwing early and finish the quest if you get lucky. Alarmobot would not help me finish the quest with Deathwing, because it'd pull it from hand, thereby ignoring the battle cry, and I wouldn't get to do the fun shenanigans. Jiraxis is definitely a consideration always, I think. It's the kind of thing you don't love to discard, but it just gives you another late game win condition if you do whiff on Deathwing or the quest or whatever. I mean, Jiraxis, it's also a heal, which we don't really have in this deck. In fact, we might need a heal. Is there any other... Oh, we have 2 Siphon Souls and 2 Mistress of Mixtures. That's pretty good. Elise isn't bad, but it kind of stuffs our hand with stuff that might get discarded, and I just don't know if I have room for her. I love Elise in general, but honestly, in this deck, or in this environment at least, I think she might just be a tad slow. Like, in other words, I have to be sure I can defensively position myself in every turn, and Elise just plays a body and doesn't necessarily help me stay alive, and I'm not sure that's going to accomplish what I need to accomplish, because I'm going to be life-tapping a lot to get the Deathwing and complete the quest, or at least life-tapping a lot to get to resources, so I think Elise might just be a little off. I wouldn't mind running an Earthen Ring Farseer, but at this point I'm not sure what I would cut, because I like a lot of these cards so much. I mean, I'd cut Lakkari Sacrifice typically, right? Maybe a single Mortal Coil. I'm not sure I need 2 Mortal Coils with a Mistress. That actually feels like a halfway decent change. This is just another minion, too, to help with, like, Defender of Argus and stuff. No need for Sun Fury and Defender. I don't know about that. I got a recommendation to cut a Blast Crystal Potion. Kind of intrigued by that idea. I kind of like that, because we do have double Siphon Soul as well. It's nice to have one early for those like ridiculous surprise threats that tend to show up, but beyond that, I really do want the Sun Furies and the Razor Leaf, kind of the handlock package. I think that'd be really nice, just to help me stabilize. You know, and you can always taunt stuff like Abyssal Enforcers too. Faceless Shambler, yeah, that's a good idea. But what do I cut? Maybe I cut another. Yeah, I actually like Faceless Shambler. That's a great recommendation. That's a card I'd forgotten. Thank you, Waving It Fat, as always. Moderator here on Twitch for the great idea. Because it's just so good with Humongous Razor Leaf. And even okay with Ancient of Watcher. It's like a taunted Chillwind Yeti. Probably even good with Tarlurker, honestly. Well, maybe not. With the way it works. But great with Abyssal Enforcer. Great with Deathwing. Yeah, I think I like the Shambler idea. I can get on board with that. Cut Apothecary. I don't think I have an Apothecary. Oh, Cult Apothecary. Oh, I was thinking of Unlicensed Apothecary. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but... you'd rather discard bad commons versus cards in your deck, right? I think that's in reference to Elise picking me up a bunch of random cards and then discarding them. Yeah, it's possible, but like I said, I think that's true. Like, it'd be better to discard random Elise cards than Jiraxis, for instance. I think that's a really good point. But at the end of the day, I still think she's just going to be too slow for what I'm trying to accomplish. Hey, Regis, first stream. It's first stream for me on YouTube as well, Ivan Whitaker. But thanks for stopping by, man. Why are you streaming on YouTube, says Zach the Reaper. Well, I thought I got a brand new computer, guys, if you didn't know. This is a new machine for me. And I have really crazy good internet as well, which I've had for a while. But I thought it's possible I could just dual stream to both Twitch and YouTube. And since I've now got a pretty good following on Twitch, and of course, all you guys on YouTube have been around forever, I thought, why not just do both at the same time? It's technically possible for me to do. I think it'd be a really awesome experience for everybody. So I decided to do it. Timon Play says, hi Regis, I discovered your channel a month ago, and since then I haven't missed a single video. I think one day you will reach the truly deserved 1 million subscribers. What a crazy thing to say, Timon Play. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the kind words, man, and thanks for the support or so over the last month or so. And by the way, guys, I'm sorry if I can't respond to every message. There's just a lot of stuff coming through right now. In total, I have 98 viewers on YouTube and 67 on Twitch, so 165 people, which is far and away a record for me as far as live streaming is concerned. And I don't say that to brag. I'm very humbled by the entire experience. I only say that to let you know that if I am overlooking your chat, it's nothing personal. It's just part of the thing. I can't help it. I wish I could talk to everybody out there, but please forgive me. Mods, yeah, can we clean that up in Twitch, please, immediately? I think I can actually take care of it. Let's see. What do you got to do, guys? I got mods for a reason, I guess, right? That's why we got mods. All right, guys, so I'm actually at 30 cards, and I kind of think I like where this is at. I haven't really looked at the... Uh-oh. Whoa. Don't freeze on me. I haven't really looked at the curve a lot, but I don't think it matters as much in this kind of deck where you've got life tap. That's always kind of a curve equalizer in Warlock. But it looks fine. And I don't hate the list, right? We're not necessarily trying to make the perfect list right now. We're just trying to experiment. We're trying to learn. And I think that's what we're going to do with this list. Some people prefer YouTube live streaming to Twitch already, it seems. Hey guys, whatever works for you. I think I'll probably be doing both for the immediate future. So whichever you find more enjoyable, go to that one. I won't hold it against you in either case. I don't think it matters much to me. But all that said, let's play this. Let's just see what happens, right? Let's do it. If things look like they're not working, we might go back and change them. Try something else. Because that's always fun. I did pick the right deck, right? I picked the right deck. Okay, yeah. I think I only have one Warlock deck anyway. Yep, so... 2 Argus is not so good? Yeah, that may be true. I guess we'll see. You need one more PC to read chat. I actually am reading chat on a second PC. You'll see me turn my head, and they're actually both independent machines, so... Please stream more often on YouTube. It's so nice to watch it on mobile. Sure thing, man. As I just mentioned, I think, in fact, I will do exactly that. So, I think you're going to get your wish. Here we go with the mulligan. I'm going to get rid of Lakkari Sacrifice, guys. I know that's kind of the point in some way or another, but... oh, I need to update this deck list. I'm not totally sure this is going to have all our cards, but it seems to. It seems to have worked. Cool. Ooh. I'm already there. Oh, this is going to be brutal. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up with this. We need, like, a Doomsayer stat. The Shadow Bolts are good, don't get me wrong. We can coin Shadow Bolt into Shadow Bolt if needed. It depends on what he plays. Like, he might just rock pool this. It's probably already worth the Shadow Bolt just because the health total's getting so nasty. We'll have to see. Tidecaller honestly might be worth a Shadow Bolt too. I'll just have to see what I get. That's very intriguing that he did it specifically that way. Instead of trying to hit the buff on his Tidecaller, he waited. That makes me think that this is in fact a War Leader. Or one of these is a War Leader, and he's trying to guarantee the hit on it. I'm going to go ahead and Shadow Bolt this just because it does so much damage if I don't deal with it. Because I still have the other Shadow Bolt, and we might like bait him into playing the War Leader and think it's safe because I just Shadow Bolted. Yep, called it. So now we get the other Shadow Bolt on the War Leader. Got the quest too. We're not in a bad spot. We can develop Razor Leaf here and Defender at the following turn. It's a little off, but the quest is actually going to allow us to... Oh my god, he had both, in fact. That's exactly what I thought might have happened. That's crazy. I'm going to be dead. Super dead. Wish I could play both of these next turn, but I can't. I need like an Ancient Watcher stat. 710. I'm at 5 health right now. We didn't even get off to that slow of a start. Oh my... Oh no! This curve has been brutal. I don't know if you can ever win this game. Oh my god. That's actually the best possible draw on my deck, but it's just not enough. He has so much damage, I think. I don't think we can stabilize here. It's 7, 11, 14, 17 damage. We only have, we have 18 health, actually. Or no. We have 17 health. So if he can line it up correctly, which he can, it looks like... Oh no, he may not be able to line it up correctly. This is going to be an odd numbered math for him. So we might actually be able to stay alive. Oh my god! That is the craziest perfect Murloc Paladin curve I've ever seen. Oh my god. You don't win that game. I don't know that there's a deck in the world that would have won this game. I just don't think it's possible. And he got Wind Fury. What is happening right now? That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Go, sorry, I'm blazing. He's blazing, guys. What can I do? What can I do? Merkirk 1207 says, your face boop deck got me to rank 5 right now. Thanks. That's crazy. I made that deck in 3 minutes. I can't believe it's been so popular and so successful. It's funny. I should maybe do a full video on it, just because Face Hunter is back, apparently. That's nuts. Warlock Quest and Hearthstone. Mysterious Sea is definitely a surprise. Mountain Giants might work in this deck. I saw Mountain Giants mentioned, but sometimes they're just a little slow because you got to tap to really get them out early. And without Reno, I just don't know that you can afford to tap that much. I feel the hurt from that, says TMA Duck 5. I used to like Paladin. No joke, right, guys? What happened? This is a really good 3-4, so I think I'll hold on to that. Plus, it's Priest, so I think we've got some time. And Humongous Razor Leaf is just clutch against Priest. That's awesome. The Dealy Deoxys says, what kind of deck would you recommend? I can make Freeze Mage, Elemental Mage, Control Mage, but I'd need to buy the expansion. Freeze Mage is definitely the most viable of those options that you presented there, I think, in the current meta. Although Control Mage / Secret Mage is kind of good too, so you should definitely look up some lists and see which one looks like you've got the most cards for, and looks like it's the most fun to you, because really at the end of the day, you gotta have some fun too. So, yo, Regis, I have the Paladin quest. Will it ever be good? That's a really hard thing for me to say. I'm not sure yet. I think we'll just tap here. We have time against Priest to tap. It could certainly be good if they support it, and in future expansions, that is. So I think they could add some new buff cards or buff synergy cards that make it work really well. That would certainly help fix the problem. Up to 121 people watching right now on YouTube. Guys, that's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Thank you so much. 77 on Twitch, too, which is a lot. Aha! You guys are just blowing up. I can't handle it. I guess I can go ahead and just play this down. There's no reason for shenanigans yet. We don't have to Shadow Bolt. Like, he already got the heal buff off, so we were already punished for not dealing with the Northstar Cleric in time anyway. So, I think it's alright. Deck list for Facebook, anyone. You can check my Twitter. I haven't made a video on it, but it's, you know, go to my Twitter. It's just RegisKillbin on Twitter. Scroll down a little bit. It's probably like a week ago, or less than a week ago, maybe even, that I posted the Facebook Hunter, as I call it. It's actually a pretty fun deck, and it's fast as possible. So if you're looking to ladder up quickly, it's going to definitely be your best bet. He has 6 on board. We have 7 health on board. So hopefully this lives at least a little. He's going to get to draw some cards, I realize. We could have like Shadow Bolted that to kill it, but this thing gets chipped down over time. This gets worse, so we got to be careful, I think. Is YouTube and Tempo Storm your full-time job? Asks Lage Rundekavist. Lage Rundekavist. I'm trying. No, not at all. I have a full-time gig outside of this. YouTube. And I'm not really doing as much for Tempo Storm these days by choice, just because I don't have time. But I have a full-time job. These are just side hobbies for me. So you can imagine how busy I am when this does, in fact, take a lot of my time. I think I'll just go ahead and go this route. And I might even taunt this other Razor Leaf too, just to activate it. Because right now it's not doing much, but against Priest, 4 attack minions are just so sick. Are you streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now? That's exactly right, man. Both. I'm not an engineer, I'm a director of marketing for a software development company, if you guys are wondering what my full-time job is. So I work in marketing. Humongous Leafy is good, because 4 attack, that's exactly right. Priest can definitely have trouble with this card. Wish I had a way to heal my own minions here. Could kill this thing, but it takes a lot of resources. I think I'd rather just kill the Northshire to deny any future draw. Let's just life tap first. We have health to work with here. Ancient Watcher. Just start going face. Dragonfire Potion is something I probably have to think about dodging. To the extent that I can. He could clear my board right now, but it'd also resolve his board if he did. It's just 1 minion. Oh no! Maybe just 1 Dragonfire Potion clearly, because this is a full-on Reno deck, so.
Aha!
Yeah, my hand is already just kind of awkward here. Like, do I just try to clear his board here, I guess? Just Hellfire? Just trade, Hellfire? I don't have much else to do is the problem.
So many.
I could just trade Mortal Coil, leave that alive, but I think I'll just Hellfire. Maybe life tap first. We're at 9 cards, so I can life tap now. Our hand's gonna just be awkwardly full always.
I got this.
Alright, that's fine. If I play the quest at any given point, I can probably Deathwing to activate the quest here, and that'd be great against a Priest in particular.
The end is coming!
Recently got a Golden Malagos, and now I'm not sure if I should disenchant it or not. What an interesting question. I like it. Oh man, that's like the perfect answer to me right now, just because my hand is so full. I don't really care about keeping my minion alive. I'm fine to give him the Doomsayer. It's just what on earth do I play? I think I just burn a Mortal Coil here, so I don't overdraw a card. Overdrawing Jaraxxus or the quest would really suck. I could have burned the coin too, but I might want to coin out something, you know, you never know. The Mortal Coil is almost useless, because we're gonna go into fatigue likely anyway, and I don't want to draw cards. And my hand is full, so the coin is more valuable to me than is Mortal Coil. This might actually just be a Twisting Nether turn. I know it's only 2 minions, but we also have Deathwing. Like, we... for instance, I think I'll just Twisting Nether coin Doomsayer, honestly. We have so much removal that I don't mind wasting that, I think, on two fairly sizable minions. Is your dream to have YouTube as a full-time job? By the way, I found your YouTube guides very useful. Well, thank you, Zadam Skiz, first for the kind words. I wouldn't call it a dream. I mean, I guess it's a possibility someday. I'm really just happy where I'm at. It's a lot of fun making videos and hanging out with you guys and playing games together. Like, that's what it's about. If that becomes a possibility, I wouldn't be opposed to exploring it. Okay. I'm just gonna end turn. I mean, it's pretty good play, I guess, but I don't want to tap because of two reasons: fatigue and I don't really care about health total, but hand size is gonna be an issue if I keep life tapping. Oh my god, I almost fell. Oh, I need my quest, guys. I need my quest. Yeah, Siphon Soul feels good here. Just Siphon Soul, Mistress. Or maybe actually just Ancient Watcher, Sun Fury. Develop the board a little more. 145 people on YouTube right now watching me live. Are you guys insane? That's crazy. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Absolutely crazy. And 75 on Twitch, too. Wow, this is a big day for Regis. No joke. Is this a record high number of viewers? Asks the Mysterious C on Twitch, no, but certainly in total, yes. Whoa! Eldritch Horror, you see that card about once a year. That's crazy. So it looks like we're going to hit a big Deathwing here soon, guys. So in the meantime, we just kind of have to stay alive. So I think maybe just Tarlurker. I don't want to go too heavy, though, because I think we can stay alive with what we've got, right? I mean, this eats some damage, this eats a trade, like, I don't think we need to do anything too nuts. But I need to make sure I keep 6 cards in hand, right? That's the other side of this. So if I play this, I'll only have 5 other cards in hand. I think I have to keep all of my cards. So we have to live with just the board here, which I think we will. I guess I could tap and play Tarlurker. That would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then whatever I drew next turn would give me 6. So let's just do that. This will make sure that I'm more likely to live. But that's all I can play. That's all I can play. Careful not to discard Jiraxis. It would be fine if I did, honestly. I mean, Deathwing into Quest is kind of the line. We can't always help it. By the way, Regis, any tips for ladder climbing? Asks Achia Ohin. Not right now. I don't, but I'm gonna actually make a video in the very near future that says top 10 tips for grinding to legend or something of the sort, right? Like some sort of guide for, you know, the things I've learned on the way to legend in the past multiple times that I think would help you guys accomplish the same feat. So, ooh, it's gonna be a good Deathwing, boys. It's gonna be a good Deathwing. Don't be Jiraxis. That's fine. Hey, that actually worked kind of cool. I was like, why does it say 3 out of 6? I was freaking out for a second. Like, that animation took a little too long for my comfort levels there. That was a tad scary.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if I ever answered the question. On Twitch, I've had like 125 viewers actually on the day Unguro came out. Well, that happens. That happens, guys. Mind Control is now a card you see in Medivh Priest, so we might just be dead. Because I only run 1 Twisting Nether here. I cannot life tap, obviously, because I am alive with 1 health, as far as I know. So we did it. We did it, boys. We did what we were trying to do, but I think we did only one. So that doesn't kill me, so this might just be BM. It might just be he doesn't have a way to kill me yet, which means there's a chance. It's still not a good chance, but there's a chance. If I could maybe like Siphon Soul N'Zoth, there's a chance. But I think these taunts are just gonna mean I mean not N'Zoth, Deathwing. I don't think Tarlurker does enough. I think we're just dead. It's cool though. I don't even feel like I've seen this enough to even know what it does, but we're clearly just dead to the board. If these had taunt, it'd be so much better. How much better would this be with taunt? Well, we pulled off the combo, but yeah, Jiraxis would have helped. He top decked Holy Nova, it looked like, or got it off something at least. Top deck Jiraxis, I still don't know that would have been enough though, because we wouldn't have had a taunt. I mean, he had 17 on board, so still, that was pretty fun. Regardless, like it was cool seeing the quest in action. I think mind control is the best possible answer in that scenario, no doubt about that. Goldshire Footman was better than Deathwing there. You're right. Goldshire Footman wouldn't have killed me in that scenario at the very least. This deck doesn't really work. I think Handlock is fine by itself. Well, that's a totally fine opinion, Zach the Reaper, and I may come to the same conclusion, but how can we know if we don't test? That's the point of Decksperiments for me, is trying to make it work. See if we can figure it out. See if we can at the very least, learn something along the way. Because if you can't quite figure it out, you still might learn something, right? You might learn some interesting interactions. You might learn things that don't work well together. And that's really how you get better at Hearthstone, I think, at the end of the day. I mean, there's nothing at all wrong with just going and finding a great deck and playing it, mastering it, and ranking up. That's a great way to play Hearthstone, too. But an alternative to that is just kind of gaining a wider breadth of knowledge by playing a lot, seeing interactions, trying cool things, seeing what works and what doesn't work. That can also be a pretty fun way to play, and for me is often the more fun way to play. Although I occasionally too just play Pirate Warrior to gain some ranks, right? Like everybody does, I think. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people do. What is this YouTube's? Is it a Twitch? By the way, I'm a million years old. I feel the same way sometimes, Ethereal G, man. I feel the same way. This is not even handlock. You don't need the hand. That's right. You should run the Daughter of Deathwing. I do love Onyxia. My fondest gaming memories probably go back to World of Warcraft vanilla raiding with Onyxia and Molten Core. Killing Onyxia for the first time, killing Ragnaros for the first time. Probably the best thing I can remember doing in games. It was so much fun. Getting 40 people together and accomplishing something great like that. What did you think about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Regis? I liked it. It was really good. I mean, not surprised. I expected to like it. I think I gotta kill the Tidecaller here just because it's the biggest actual threat as opposed to the Rockpool Hunter. I don't know if we're going to be able to stabilize again, but we have a better hand for it this time, I think, with the Mistress and the Earthen Ring. I just need to dodge the War Leader. I'll certainly regret that Shadow Bolt if he plays a War Leader here, but I don't know that I could have held it. Maybe this deck is better in Wild? That could certainly be the case. A lot more options in Wild to make this work, I think. How can we know how can we know if Ultrasaur is unplayable if we never play him? Huh. I like that logic. That's like that old, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound question? If Ultrasaur is never played, how can we know that Ultrasaur is a bad card? That's a great question, my man. That's a very intriguing question. So, I mean, that's a good play, but a little slower in the scheme of things, at least, than the previous game. That guy curved out like a monster, just curved out like a madman. That was actually just insane. Totally crazy to see. This is actually really cool for me because for some reason I always miss you on Twitch, Regis. First stream I'm catching since the Ungirl launch. That's awesome to hear, dude. I'm happy you found me. Thanks so much for supporting on YouTube, and appreciate the kind words, too. It means a lot. Make the Ultrasaur command a thing on Twitch, says Wordable Streaming. I haven't done it yet. I got to. You guys are going to bug me until I do it, I guess. Ugh, we need to live. We could taunt here, but I think I need a turn 6 play, and I don't have one, so I think the Tar Lurker is going to have to do the job for now. How do we want to trade here? Do we want to trade into this 3? We got to see. I don't know. He got, like, the worst I can't say Megasaur. I said Megalsaur. He got, like, the worst Megasaur adaptation, that's for sure. The question is, how do we want to do this? He has 8, 11 damage on board if I kill this one for like a value trade. If I go ahead and take this one off, he has 8, 9 damage on board, but the 2 and the 5 line up a little better against this. I might want to send one of these 3 health guys into it just to set up the trades here, you know. So I think we'll just sit on the Mistress for now and make this sort of value trade. We could go ahead and trade here, just put this to 4, and, you know, it would die to this. But one of them's at 4 already. We can maybe clean that up later, although that would end up putting this to 2. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There's a chance it doesn't matter, though, so I kind of waste it. But I'm going to taunt the Ancient Watcher next turn, so it's actually very, very likely to matter. Now, anything that trades in is dead. Plus, I just deny a potential value. He could still get a value trade, of course, the 3-4 into the 3-1 here. Put this down to 1. We do run Mortal Coil at the very least. Maybe Abyssal Enforcer would clean that up eventually. Thankfully, this deck doesn't have a lot of, like, burst. It certainly has on-board burst from time to time, but not a lot of, like, you know, Leroy necessarily. So if I can eventually stabilize, that's going to be a good sign. But of course, that's a devastatingly great answer to my minion here. Hellfire just does not help me at all. Man. Oh. True Silver Champion's just too good. I needed one of these minions to die. I need a life tap, but then I go down to 7.
I wonder.
And this would take me down to 4 next turn, no matter what, or Hellfire would too. This is just brutal. And then I need to play this, but I'm dead, so I have to... Like, if I top decked this instead of the Hellfire, I'd be in a so much better position right now. Like, I might actually be able to stabilize. But since we got those in the wrong order, I just don't think I'm going to be able to. This is just going to end up killing me if I'm not already dead. Which I mean, he's going to be able to put me down to 3 at least. We know, because we can see the trades. So I just don't know how I stabilize. And I couldn't save this. I had to play it now or I was for sure dead, so... I feel like this is just a crappy hand lock. Seems that way so far, but we'll see. Regis, I found you, says Jesper Soria. Well, thanks for finding me, man. I don't know if I was lost, but I'm happy you're here. How's YouTube Live better than Twitch on phone? You can even tilt your phone and still read the chat while watching on full screen. I don't watch either on phone, so I can't provide insights there. I'm sorry, guys. Gotta figure out a way out of this. I need a taunt card. That doesn't do it. Great board clear, guys. We can't beat Murloc Paladins, can we? Too fast for this deck. That might actually be the biggest issue with this deck in general, is just that the meta doesn't fit it. Perhaps it's not actually internally inconsistent. Perhaps it's actually fairly sound. It's just that the meta is so fast. But that's always going to be a problem, so what can we do? When is Regis going to quit playing Hearthstone and start playing Gwent? I actually got into the very, very early Gwent beta, like the first round, and played it. I actually made a video on YouTube if you missed it. But I don't know, it didn't catch my attention, I guess. I liked it fine. I'm not judging Gwent. It was fun to play, but I don't know, I didn't fall in love with it like I do Hearthstone. Did he miss lethal? I wasn't even watching. He probably did. The math looked weird. Alright, so here's another aggro deck, no doubt. I hope to God this is Taunt Warrior and not Pirates, because I don't know if we have what we need for Pirates. This is a good hand against aggro, though, so maybe this will be the game we actually stabilize early. This will be great with our 3-drop.
Trust me.
Regis 10 out of 10, my favorite YouTube right now. Oh, thanks so much, Luke. That's an awesome thing to say. Really appreciate it. Oh boy, exciting. Never seen this card before. What's this? What's this card, guys? You might know what this card is? That's a good draw. Do I have to save this until his weapon is depleted? Can I just life tap actually for now? I think so. Oh. This is... We're gonna take 4 damage now. We're gonna take some damage, but we've got a sick curve lined up. Oh, he had to armor up on 2 as well. Oh, that's a good sign. Like, we're still gonna lose this game somehow, but we're in a position to do some good stuff. Because we can Facial Shambler it right now. Then we can actually Sun Fury it next turn if we want. It's a great card, though. Jeez. More early game makes sense as you theoretically always win late game matches with Deathwing, Quest, and Jiraxis. Yeah, I like that line of thinking. That makes a lot of sense to me. So he's 5, 7, 9 on board. He can clearly play something, but he's, you know, a weapon doesn't gain him much. I guess Kor'kron Elite would be fairly decent. Another South Sea Captain would be pretty good. Mortal Strike's pretty good. But still, saving a lot of health here. Maybe just Defender, Mistress, depending on how the math lines up here. Oh no, yeah, we have mana for that. I think that'd be pretty good. Yeah, I like Defender, Mistress. Alternatively, we could just Shadow Bolt, Sun Fury. I think I like that better because it removes the South Sea Captain. It still develops the huge taunt. Maybe I should have saved the Shadow Bolt for a Frothing, though, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I might have regretted. I might regret that. I might regret that, because he didn't actually have that much active buff on board, right? It was just +1/+1. Like, I took out a 4/4, basically. As long as he doesn't have Frothing, that was the right play, but if he plays a Frothing and I don't have an answer for it yet, that would have been a pretty bad play. I think that would have been a mistake. The Defender's not going to gain me much here, because the 3 health here is probably about the same as the 5 health. Never mind. We'll just do this. You're going to use 1 Mortal Strike, which is nice, because my health total being low is probably not super relevant. It's actually amazing to me that despite this meta being one of the most diverse we've ever had, that people still default to Pirate Warrior. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes feel that way too, right? Because I like playing more fun, interesting stuff. But, oh, nice. We did it. We stabilized, guys. We had the handlock train.
Aha!
I love it. So I get it because people want to rank up. Like, it's fine if that's a cheap deck that gets you some ranks. I understand why they do it. But I kind of agree. There's so many fun things to try and do. That's certainly my preferred style of play. So that's what I like to see too. Regis, do you play at the Americans? I do, in fact, play on American server, yeah. Awesome, I caught Regis live. Go, Regis, go.
Also, need to take back that top cheer, P.
Mood333 has cheered on Twitch for 501 bits. That's awesome, man. I love that you you pulled like the Price is Right move, where the previous top cheer was 500, so instead of like 550 or some round number, you just went straight for 501. I respect it. They got a mad game, dude. So Mood333 is now immortalized at the top of Twitch chat with his new cheer. So thanks so much, man, for the support right now, but also the support in the past. It's always greatly appreciated. For those of you that don't know, that's basically equivalent to a $5 donation. I'll just go ahead and develop this since it's a free mana, since we drew it. It's not that I care. So thanks again, Moo. That's great, man. Congrats on the top spot, too. For those of you on YouTube live, this is not going to be a sellout, so don't call me a sellout. But it is possible to do something called Super Chat, which is the same thing, I think, as basically bits on Twitch. I've never seen it in action. There's like a button on the thing. It does donate money to me, but you don't have to do it. I don't care, guys. I don't need it, so don't feel compelled to do it. It's just that I think it is a thing. But I promise you I'll be fine without it. Adam Knopf, right away. In caps. Sellout. Absolutely a sellout. That's why I post 3-hour videos with no mid-break ads. I don't put any ads in my YouTube videos, only at the beginning. That's what makes me a sellout, is I let you guys watch like 3 hours of uninterrupted content with 0 advertisements. I'm a terrible person. Let me tell you. This used to be a hipster stream. Yeah, I'm scared about losing the hipster stream, honestly. Like, I don't want to get too popular, right? Because it's more fun to be an underdog. Like, who wants to be too popular? Defender into Mortal Coil. Actually, just trade Mortal Coil might be alright. I think Brawl is a little bit of a concern in this matchup, but It's a pretty nasty board already. We may not have to play much else. Just kind of trade. And this thing is Brawl Fodder, I guess. It's always just kind of be lingering, I guess. Worse than Toast, Kappa. The top comment stays up there longer the more money they donated. Yeah, I think Super Chat on Twitch works the same way. Like if you're the top Super Chatter, I think it stays at the top of live chat and your message is displayed. So if you want to say something, it's a good way to get it noticed, certainly. Although I'm going to try to read as much as I can as anyway. Regis, do you have a girlfriend? Asks Achia. Yes, I do in fact, and I posted a picture of her on Twitter, in fact, yesterday for the first time due to a lot of requests. There's a bunch of perverts out there. Bunch of pervs out there looking for photos. Is this a Siphon Soul worthy target? I suppose it is. We could just like Shadow Bolt trade. But I don't really see a reason necessarily to do that. Shadow Bolt has a little bit more flexibility. I don't have a lot I want to do with my mana this turn anyway, so I'll just save that flexibility. And just push face. It also saves some health on this minion for whatever reason that might matter or not. Oh, Jacob Harding testing out the super chat right there. $2 super chat from Jacob. Thanks so much, dude. As I mentioned, you don't have to do it, but it is greatly appreciated. You didn't include a message, but your name will still certainly be immortalized. I don't actually see it sticking at the top, though. I only see it showing up in chat. But that's awesome, dude. Thanks so much. I genuinely didn't mean to try to, like, trick people into doing it. That wasn't my goal, but nonetheless appreciated, of course. How do you access the super chat? There's like underneath the chat, there's like an S button. There's a smiley face for emoticons and then an S for super chat if you're watching on YouTube. For those of you on Twitch who are super confused, don't worry. Me too. I guess I'll just trade Shadow Bolt. I kind of wish I'd Siphon Sold now, but who knew he was going to draw the 6/9 right away? Like, come on. I regret everything at this point. I'll save that Ancient. I'll just toss down this Mistress. It's just a body.
Trust me.
Should life tap first, but I'll do it in hindsight. $2 doesn't make it stick. Oh, I see. I see. He made me do it. He 10-mana mind control me. That's funny. Jacob was tricked. Why is there a black border around the screen? Says Merkerp. I don't see that. Does anybody else see that? Everybody says, show girlfriend and sell out. Oh, I regret everything. I consider your hair a talent, Regis. Oh, thanks so much, man. I get so many compliments on the hair. It's so hilarious to me, but it's awesome nonetheless. So we just coined Jiraxis here, right? Like, there's no reason to rush this, like, to not do this. I mean, health total, you know, we just took 15 damage. But until he gets to the hero power, I don't think I care so much. And this is just going to give me so much insane value over the time that I think I got to go for it. Got a lot of new followers on Twitch today. Let's see. Mr. Hippie, W Midnight, Tronky, Mr. Blapanzer, Clowif, Skaven, Cookie, Love the Cookies, Dick the One, Dat R, Omnom, Skogan, Chow Your Fat. I think I might have read that one. Kid Plays Fighters. Guys, thanks for the follows. Everybody on YouTube apparently is also following on Twitch, which is just incredible, guys. Thanks so much. Okay. It's rude. He's going for damage now all of a sudden. He's decided to flip on me. I think it's a little rude, personally.
Shields up.
I guess I'll start chipping down these guys. Put it to 6 so that they're both trading into this guy. And it plays around Brawl just a little bit, too. Brawl can definitely win him the game here. We got to be careful with Brawl. We also just need Deathwing, maybe. But, you know, Brawls and his hero power, when he gets it, are going to be really scary. And he only needs 2 more taunts. So I bet he can activate it this turn. Our health total is going to be a little iffy, but, you know, pumping out free 6/6s every turn, even if they die to the Rag hero power, is still an overwhelming force, as anyone who's ever played Jiraxis probably knows. Dude, I love your beard. Sad I can't grow any. Jealous AF. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I know some people just can't handle the beard, but some people have other features that are great, right? Like, maybe you got a strong jawline. I don't have a good jawline, so I kind of have to have a beard. Like, my chin is too pointy without the beard, so I'm sure you got something awesome going for you, dude. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, of course. And you just got to roll with your strengths, right? You got to find out what your strengths are in life, and you got to make those work for you, right? You got to use them to your advantage. I think so many people Can I sleep with the fishes here? Oh, just promote back again. That's actually probably totally fine to me.
Aha!
Do I just Twisting Nether Inferno? It might seem a little soon, I realize, but I do want this to die and I don't have a taunt. I guess it doesn't have to die right away. I could just Doomsayer. And there's probably even a world where he lets this Doomsayer go off.
How shall I destroy you?
But if not, I develop a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of people would say, why would you play your own minions into Doomsayer? That seems so risky. That's simply because you think it's going to die, and you want to have stuff behind just in case it does. And they were kind of free, right? They're just so cheap. I don't think I'm dead with 10 health, though, at least. I don't think he runs Grom. You don't see Grom much these days. You all know the You Face Jiraxis remix. Look it up and indulge your eyes. Yeah, that's a great video. You Face Jiraxis. Wait, does Regis have to try reading this and Twitch chat at the same time? How does he just not overheat and explode? That's exactly how I feel sometimes, Ethereal G, so it's hard. I can't quite do it. Regis, marry me. Oh my gosh. I'm getting proposed to. I'm already taken, unfortunately. I'll probably be getting married before too long. You're streaming on YouTube now. Is the plan to make this a regular thing? Yeah, I think it might be the plan, Growjack. It's working out so well. Today was really just kind of a test case to see how it worked. But it's working pretty darn well so far, so I think that feels a bit like a plan. Oh, do not... No! No! BS! I mean, I guess I'm glad I'm not dead. That's an upside, but that is absolute BS. Man. So I can kill it and go down to 3 and taunt up pretty big on a board here.
Aha!
Going down to 3 is pretty scary, but... Oh, that's really scary, actually. All he has to do is get through this and dead. Maybe I regret that. I don't know. I don't know that I had another way to do it, though. Like, execute... Well, Hero Power, you know, is a 1 in 4... Well, actually, a 50% chance that Hero Power just kills me outright immediately. Maybe I should have just Twisting Nether, dude. No, I would be dead for sure because I couldn't taunt. 50% chance this kills me. Well, okay. Okay, what can you do? Give mods the permission to add commands on Twitch or Riot. I might have to. I don't mind the Ultrasaur spam. I think it's funny. Jiraxis, you face Jiraxis. Did we just lose rank 9, guys? Are we back to 10? That's rough life. No, we didn't. Okay, cool. We're holding strong. We're holding strong. Let's keep going. I mean, I know it looks rough so far, but I'm having fun playing it regardless. And, you know, we've had some rolls left and right. Somebody on Twitch linked a version of this deck. I like it. It's cool. 1 Mortal Coil, 1 Ancient Watcher. This is apparently a refined list. It looks like it shares a lot of the same cards. Double Shadow Flame, 0 or 1 Hellfire. That's a switch. Twilight Drakes always make sense in Handlock style decks, along with Mountain Giants. But I don't want to go super hard into that route. I want to try something a little different. So, yeah, that does in fact look like a pretty good version of this list. Regis, I want you to marry me. I'm so sorry I'm taken. I don't think the girlfriend... She's listening, too. She's listening. I don't think she'd be happy. She might jump on stream and start threatening people. We got to be careful. JM4004 summed this up perfectly. He says, "Oh, I see. You get lucky when opening packs, but RNG hates you when you actually play the game." That is exactly correct. That has always been the case. I'm typically very unlucky in games, but incredibly lucky when it comes to packs, as you guys have all, of course, seen 1,000 times. Man, more new follows. Scortia, Achiach1, and HML636. Thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it very much. No Kappa on YouTube feels bad, man. Girlfriend stream, boys. She's shy. She won't get on stream. I keep telling her to pop her head in at the very least. Like, say hello, but she's too shy. Hey, Regis, what's your opinion on Tyrantus? Do you have any ideas to make it viable? Giving it taunt would make it instantly viable. That would make it insane. Beyond that, I don't know. It's tough to say. I think you'd have to just find a deck to work around it, probably. That's not enough threat to really play like Shadow Bolt, for instance. We can maybe just Doomsayer next turn. Maybe Hellfire if he plays more of these little guys, which he very likely will. Probably just Hellfire, it looks like. It's not exactly the best board to commit a Hellfire to, because there's just not that much there. But we have other AoE removal coming, so I think we'll be alright. I don't think he's going to reload super wide. We can maybe like double Doomsayer if we need to, if he does go crazy wide on the board somehow. I think he's going to play one medium-sized thing, yeah. Maybe just Ancient Watcher Doomsayer. Ancient Watcher in case he can't... In case he can kill the Doomsayer. Doomsayer to tempo out if he can't kill the Doomsayer. We waste a 2-drop here, but I think it's alright if we get initiative back on the board. 3LG says, that's it, I'm defecting to Twitch. Well, either way works for me, man. Regis, aside from Pirate Warrior, what do you think is the cheapest, most annoying deck in the meta? I don't really think it's annoying, but I mean, Murloc Paladin is up there, I guess. It can be annoying if it rolls out perfectly right, but it's not necessarily terrible. So yeah, he does have the answer here, it looks like. 20 this up's just not going to accomplish a lot because of that Divine Shield, unfortunately. Maybe just Shadow Bolt, Doomsayer again. He had the answer last time, but he had to use the weapon and the Flame Tongue, which we've both dealt with at this point. So maybe he doesn't have the answer this time. Still don't really have a great initiative style play though, so I'm a little troublesome. Oh, Quest Rogue is a great answer to that question. Yes, Quest Rogue is surprisingly cheap and surprisingly annoying. So John Bosley, to answer your question, Quest Rogue is the most annoying after Pirate Warrior. And I don't even find Pirate Warrior that annoying anymore these days. So Quest Rogue probably actually is just the #1 answer to me on that question all the time. Wow, he hit the best possible minion there. What do you know, guys? Who would have guessed? Ugh, Shadow Bolt's just not doing a lot for me. This is not the combo we want, guys. Like, this hand is so awkward. Do I just play a 2-3 down right now? Or a 1-1? I think I have to Shadow Bolt, but does Shadow Bolting a 2-1 feel very good to you guys? It sure doesn't to me. I could go ahead and Shadow Bolt that in hopes of drawing like a Hellfire or Abyssal Enforcer next turn, I guess. Doesn't take any damage off the board, though, and I'm mostly worried about taking damage off the board. That's the worst play in history, I realize, but what can I do? Egg Druid is also kind of annoying, I guess. That's another good cheap... I don't know how cheap it is because there's some epics, but it's sort of an annoying thing. This is just the worst dead hand. I can't believe how dead this hand is. My god. What is this deck about, dude? What is this? What is this? Elemental Shaman with Unbound Elemental. That's awesome. I don't think I've seen that yet. Oh, I regret everything. Imagine if we had Shadow Bolted that. Actually, I don't know that it would have mattered necessarily. Oh, it would have, because he got the Healing Totem, but it would have went to 2 and then up to 3. And I'm just dead to the board, so doesn't matter. What? It's like aggro elemental shaman. I love it. I don't think I've seen that variation a lot. That's really cool, though. It seemed like it was pretty good. Aggro shaman always finds a way. I think Jurassic Park was actually about aggro shaman. They say life finds a way, but it's really aggro shaman finds a way. God, I go back to Twitch chat and people are still talking about Ultrasaur and looking for Ultrasaur commands. You guys are crazy. You're absolutely bonkers nuts. You're dead, Regis. What are you doing? I didn't have any plays, guys. The game is over. Y'all talking about Regis when you could talk about Ultrasaur. First time I heard someone say they love a deck after patches appeared. I like it because at least it's a unique interpretation of patches fix the mix. Like, it's something I haven't seen before, so that's good. I think it's becoming quite clear, guys, that our deck is just obscenely too slow. Like, it's just too slow. Handlock is not even good anyway, and this is not even a good handlock. So it's like, we have to get the perfect, really late game control style deck to beat it. And even then, we just don't have the tools to actually win the game. It's just, so far, it's pretty much a distinct failure. We've dropped a ton of stars. Man, guys, we had close to 100 viewers there for a second. So people fell off, but that's nuts. This is definitely the second most popular Twitch stream I've ever had, but it looks like Dog just went live, Twitch is telling me. So I'm not going to hold it against anybody that wants to go watch Dog. How could I hold it against you? Maybe it's finally the shirtless dog stream. Who knows? Maybe it's the shirtless dog stream. You'll never know unless you go check.
To my side.
I'm not opposed to removing some of those things, but I really just still don't think that Giants is going to make this deck any better, guys. I just can't see how it does. An Ultrasaur probably would, though, honestly. An Ultrasaur would make it better. I played this because we can, like, Sun Fury and Earthen Ring next turn instead of just Earthen Ring this turn. It theoretically allows him to do 4 extra damage here with a Huffer immediately, but...
Aha!
I think we can stabilize better behind it in the future. Dog stream, dog stream, dog stream. Most dogs... Most dogs I know are shirtless, so who cares? Regis is greater than Dog. Oh, thanks so much. That's sweet. Dog is actually one of my favorite streamers, though, so... If that's truly a true compliment, then that's amazing. Thank you. Okay, that's annoying.
My eyes are open.
I think this is my best 5-mana play. I think it's better than Tar Lurker, because it activates this guy. Yeah, this is a pretty bad minion for him to get through at this point. Because this is a 4 health Huffer, and he put a lot of value into this. My nose is itching, guys. I'm sorry. This always happens on stream. I get like a little bit sniffly and my nose itches. Who is Dog? Hell no, I want to watch your magnificent beard. Well, it's true that Dog does not have a beard, so... Hi, Regis. Always watch your YouTube videos. Really like you and your content. Keep it up. Thanks, Benny Bartez. That's a really nice thing of you to say, man. I appreciate that a lot. Regis, aside from Pirate Warrior, what do you think is the cheapest, most annoying... I already answered that. Sorry, I'm scrolling up. Whoops. Ultrasaur emote, alright. Guys, I can't... Well, first off, I don't have any emotes, so I can't set up an emote at all. What just happened? Say what? Well, those are 2 things I haven't seen lately from a Hunter deck. Okay. I don't want to tap because I'll be dead. Well, that is not what I expected to see. High main would suck. Eaglehorn sort of sucks. What is this, guys? What are these shenanigans? What am I seeing right now? What's crazy?
We want you LTASAUR.
Will 179. I gotta make the messages on bits have a higher threshold. I don't want bit spam just for Ultrasaur. That's funny though, dude. Thanks for the cheer nonetheless. In America, you face Jiraxis. In Soviet Russia, Jiraxis face you. Should have tested for snake freezing. Oh yeah, I probably should have. You're right. Did I have an active minion on board? Yeah, you're right. I should have. I should have tried to pop the secret before just passing turn. Because I basically had a free go of it. Although you'd have to think he wouldn't have played either of those into a Doomsayer, but he might have. We don't know. We should have tested. That's absolutely correct. I can just Siphon Soul it this time, right? I don't know how much that helps me though. I need like
Ultra SAAAAAA UUUUUUR.
Oh god, you guys. Oh, it's Cat Trick. Cool. Okay. Wouldn't have been able to pop it. Thankfully, we weren't punished for our misplay, but I gotta turn off the bit threshold here. Turn it down. You guys are ultra. Guys, I'll get the Ultra Source stuff set up in the future. I can't do it right now live on stream. It's too much work right now. But I promise, I won't forget. I'll do it. I do it. You look like the boss in the video on Unguro, says Games Tester. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Apparently, I look a bit like Ben Brode. Oh, these are not good plays. Abyssal Mortal Coil doesn't do anything. Twisting Nether leaves him with 9 damage on board. Ancient Watcher, Defender, Sun Fury allows me to hold up a little bit, but not. I guess I did it the other way around. Ancient Watcher, Sun Fury, Defender. That's 8 mana. That looks like to me the best 8 mana play. This going to 4 is pretty significant. This going to 6 is not particularly significant. But if he does want to make the trade here, at least we kill half of that, and this does not die to his weapon. So he might have another answer, though. Some sort of value trade. Explosive Shot, at least we play around that a little bit. That's nice. But yeah, I do look a bit like Ben Brode. Some people have said just because of the glasses and the beard. But anybody who really knows beards knows that my beard is about 47 times superior to Ben Brode's. Of course, my Hearthstone skills and knowledge are far inferior, so it's a fair balance. I mean, I'll take that trade, but come on. I say this with love. Ultrasaur is our dopey lord and savior. Yeah, did you guys watch my Ultrasaur video today on YouTube? I thought that was a pretty funny highlight, personally. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. You should have a command to say how long you'll be streaming. It's a good idea. I don't know if it's something you can update in real time or not, though, so that might be a problem. Kill command is an issue because it means the high main here is going to get through. You're going to be dead very soon. You lose every deck except Pirate Warrior. Oh my god, exactly the love that. Oh my goodness. Now, guys, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore. I'm done with this deck. There's no way this works. It's terrible. We only got the combo off one time, and we still lost because it was so slow. So, yeah, I mean, I liked this idea. It was fun in theory, but this is just a failure of a deck. It is absolutely useless. It's not good. It's just useless. It's too slow. You got to change too much to make this work. I just don't see it. I don't like it. I mean, I guess if I was going to do anything, I'd just remove a lot of late game cards and just make it super anti-aggro in the beginning, right? Like maybe even run stuff like this with patches just to get minions out early. I don't know what I do exactly, but this is clearly not it. This doesn't work. Smork, if you're watching, I'm happy to do that most of the time, but not on stream. Otherwise, feel free to hit me up whenever. So I don't know what the final list would look like, but this is definitely not it. And there you have it. That was my deck, if you want to call it that. I'm not sure it even deserves that title because it really didn't seem very good. We lost a lot of games, and the deck just felt very disconnected and didn't do exactly what I hoped it would do. So I would consider that a failure. It still needs a lot of work, and unfortunately, it just seems like Quest, Warlock, Lakkari Sacrifice is a really difficult card to actually make work, which I think is a very sad thing. But maybe someday somebody will find a list that seems to fit together, or at the very least a future expansion will release some cards which properly support Lakkari Sacrifice, so people who have that card aren't left hanging till it rotates out of standard format. So all that said, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, recommendations, suggestions for this deck, please leave them in the comments below. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on.